and I think we have a lot to learn from the indigenous people here in North America and around the world about building a communal society beyond private property, beyond capitalism, beyond hierarchy. So I'm going to pass it over to Chris. And before I do, pass it over to Chris. We'll be here all day. The book sale will be here all day. Feel free, even during a talk, if you have to go ahead and get some books. You can buy them at the front. We have specials on everything today. On our front list of books, which have been published in the last 3 years here, they're all at a special price. And then all the books, all our backlist books, which are conveniently at the back of the room, on the side, you can get them. Each book is $15, and you can pay by cash, credit card, check, and why not a trade as well. And we will pass around a contact list where if you're not on our mailing list, you can add your email to our mailing list. We also have here back issues of Our Generation, which was a very important piece journal that was like worked on by people in Black Rose Books for 30 years, and we have their copies there are available for free over there. And other talks happening today, which you can see on our poster. There'll be a talk. The next one is the next one the Hungarian one?
Next one is Citizens.
The next one is Citizen-Led Direct Democracy with Eric and Jason. And then we're going to have a talk about for the 100th anniversary of the Hungarian Revolution, with several speakers working on a book about the Hungarian Revolution that we're publishing next year in the spring. And then we're going to have a talk about the Trudeau government with Andrea, Martin Lukash, and Eve Engler. Plus we'll be having some live music, food, and a party. Because we love to party, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yes, good. Phew, I was worried for a second. So, before anything else, I think I've covered everything, right?
Right.
Great. So, we're going to hand it over to Chris, who will be taking it on. We have a PowerPoint, and we're going to be live streaming this so you can share it with your friends after. Thank you.
Wow, that was a great introduction. I like the fact that Unceded is a place to start this territory, and I have one project about that related to Cropperkin at the end. So basically here I have a total of 3 different projects that relate to translating works from Cropperkin that have never yet been made available in English. The reason why they haven't been made available in English is because they're not, let's say, his polemical works, his political works, the Mutual Aid, Conquest of Bread, Parole de Liberté, etc., the Great French Revolution. More political works we all have in many different languages. These are 3 different projects I'll explain to you that for different reasons. So I'm the one, and I like what Clara said on Facebook. She said Chris spearheaded it. I feel all important when she says that. But no, this is a passion project. This is what I do in my free time. Sasha has done the illustrations here. Illustrations in today's little zine that we have that Clara helped also perfect. He's working on another project that's related to Kropotkin. And finally, Alexandra Agranovich, I've been working with her for the past 3 years. She has been doing the actual translation, and I have been, as I like to say, de-Russianating the English, because she translates from Russian to English, and what I do is I just kind of make sure it makes sense, and etc. So there are 3 different Kropotkin translations and then 1 Kropotkin project that I have. Can you hit the next one? So So I thought it's always nice to start off with quotes. Tolstoy, two quotes from Tolstoy. Tolstoy was a contemporary of Kropotkin, and Kropotkin, he met with him on several occasions, and Tolstoy had his own opinions, but was also very much a humanist, despite his kind of more religious background. Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. That's what Nathan was saying. Here we are. You want to make a difference? Well, I think the difference, we can't just think about it or tell other people to do it. We actually need to make that difference in our own lives, right? Find ways to better treat each other, to respect the territories we live on or don't live on, decolonization, something I try to do. And I like this too, wrong does not cease to be wrong because the majority is sharing it. Well, we can still have a moral compass, even as this gentleman was mentioning, in Poland and in Europe, everybody's swinging to the right. In America, we can still have a moral compass today. I think that's. And Kropotkin, why was he such an influence on me? Well, I was a teenager in this city, in Montreal, and the little alternative bookstore, I don't remember where it was, right off downtown, right off St. Catherine Street. I used to love to go to that place. And then there was a little record store next door. So I'd hit the bookshop and get some revolutionary material, come back home, get some music, and mix the two of them together. Kind of imprinted itself on me, especially the memoirs. Next.
Next, Lacoste, c'est beau.
Okay. What was that?
Oh, Lacoste.
Lacoste? Oh, no, this is not Lacoste. This is going to come at the end, and this is for Clara, this one. Because I know she's passionate about music, and you're going to love the final poem. It's for you. I thought of you. So basically, my four projects are this. I have the diaries that I'll talk about. I have the second planned volume of ethics. Planned is the key word. Prepared, outlined. He had an outline. He had a plan for it. It was never really written, and that's, I think we can have a lot of fun with that project. 2 volumes of letters to his brother Alexander. That's the third one, and I have those too. Kropotkin was very close with his brother Alexander, Sasha. A very sad story, what happened to Sasha, but I'll explain it, or to Alexander. I'll explain it later on, related to Siberia, in fact. They were very, 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 very close. They loved each other very, very, very much. And anybody who's read Kropotkin's memoirs knows of the stories of what they went through to see each other. You know, one of them climbing and sneaking in, and the serfs helping them and hiding them, and watching where your father's coming, Sasha, hide, he'd hide. They had a really, really, really close bond. I love that relationship. I have a sister, an older sister that I love as much. So I respect that. And finally, this one, we'll get to maybe if I can, but this was basically a graphic novel of Kropotkin's life that I've been working on, related to the Mi'kmaq, particularly Indigenous issues in Canada, our moral compass. What can reading about somebody's life, who died almost 100 years ago, so what? What's the point of that? This person lived in another time, another era. Should we just toss that into the history trash can? And I think that there are a lot of things that we can learn from Kropotkin, a lot of things that we should keep alive and remember. Yes. Okay, what's the next one? 1862 to 1867. So let's start with, Nathan was saying that he reread from George Woodcock's brilliant, From Prince to Rebel, the biography of Kropotkin that he worked on. He reread the part in Siberia. Here are 2 random people I took from the internet, but it's not important. They're sitting at a space in Siberia that's named after Kropotkin. This crater over here has his name. He was one of the first people to explore that part of the world, and so his name is actually related to that. In 1862, Kropotkin was around the age of 20. He had just graduated from a very, very prestigious school in St. Petersburg. He was the top of his class. He was set to work in the royal family with the Tsar. Could have had any job that he wanted. And where did he want to go? You want to guess? Anybody want to guess where he wanted to go?
What did he graduate in?
What did he graduate in? Well, he graduated from the Royal Page Academy. this was before he went to university. This was, let's say, at the end of the high school, the Corps de Garde, the Corps de Page. I'm not sure if there was like a specific.
Subject.
I'm not sure if there was a specific subject matter. It was like a military school. And so when they got out of the military, later on he was to get into geology and geography and mathematics in St. Petersburg, but that was when, in 1867, he returned to Petersburg. Then after Petersburg, Switzerland, that's when he met the watchmakers, Bakunin, inspired. Anyway, that's a little bit later on. Anyway, he could have gone anywhere. And he said, no, I want to go to Siberia. Boom, jaw drop, nobody believed him. The teacher was saying, what are you talking about? You can go anywhere. You must be joking. And he got his uniform, and they ridiculed him. And his father was extremely angry that he made this decision. Why did he want to go to Siberia? Does anybody know or want to guess maybe what motivated him to go to this remote part of Russia?
Uncharted lands.
Uncharted lands.